Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is DeeDee, and on this channel, we talk through my weight loss journey, weight loss tips, everything carnivore, and that includes simple, delicious recipes and so much more. So if that's something you're into, then please consider subscribing and joining the family. Okay, so today is a what I eat in a day video, but what's unique about today is that all the meals are BBBE friendly. So if you're on that version of carnivore, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, then you're in for a treat. And even if you're not on that version of carnivore, all of these meals are carnivore friendly, super delicious, and simple to make. And I've actually been considering doing a 30-day stint of BBBE. I haven't committed to it yet. If I do decide to commit to that, then you'll definitely know on this channel. But it's something that I've been thinking through as I continue to find ways to improve my health and the journey that I'm on. All right, enough chit chat. Let's jump right into the meals. All right, our first meal, steak and egg supreme. Mm-mm-mm. So we're going to start off with some T-bone steaks, okay? We have them in a pan of 1 stick of butter that's been sizzling on medium heat, okay? We're going to start off with cooking these steaks for 10 minutes each side, okay? So you'll see right now the one side has cooked for 10 minutes. We flip the steaks and we're adding some salt, right? We got to get those steaks seasoned. And then we also want to add a little bit more butter because I'm realizing the butter was a little slim, okay? And some people like to base it with the butter sauce that's already in the pan. This is just how I do it. I like to go ahead and add that butter on top of the steak and let it cook, okay? So right now it's cooking for the 10 minutes on this side. And now we're going to flip it again, okay? We're going to flip our steaks and we're going to cook it for 5 more minutes. Okay, so let that steak cook, let it sizzle, and make sure it's fully cooked. And then we're gonna flip it one last time. I actually like my steak well done, as you can see. So we're flipping it, we're playing Tetris, making sure that it's gonna fit in the pan, and it will. So when you get done playing Tetris, allow that steak to cook for 5 more minutes. Then turn the burner off because your steak is done. Okay, so now it's time to get started on the eggs. So what I did off camera was crack 3 eggs, right? And I placed it in a pan that was preheating with 1 tablespoon of butter on medium heat. And we all know eggs are super quick to make, right? And it all depends on how you like your eggs. If you want it well done, you can cook it for a little bit longer. I typically cook my eggs for about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and turn the burner off because they're good to go. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and plate our eggs. They're looking nice and they're fluffy. I'm placing the steak and I'm gonna go ahead and add some butter as well on top of that steak. There you have it, steak and egg supreme. Mm-mm-mm. And our next meal, super simple to make, sizzled bacon and fluffy eggs. So I'll show you here. I'm just gonna go ahead and crack 3 eggs. That's usually my staple. Unless it's a bigger meal, I might eat 2 eggs, but typically I crack 3 eggs. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and I'm gonna scramble it. And I have my pan preheating already with 1 tablespoon of butter. And of course, the pan is on medium heat like before. And I'm cooking my eggs right here. Okay. I love cooking my eggs in butter. I don't know, it just seems like it's fluffier. Previously, a while ago, I used to spray the pan with some butter spray or whatever it was, but I love cooking it in butter. All right, your eggs are done, and we are moving on to our bacon. So our bacon pan right now is on medium heat, and I'm placing 5 pieces of bacon. Bacon is super quick to make. After about 2 to 3 minutes, I'm ready to flip it, right? And I love bacon because you can cook it everywhere, right? In the air fryer, the microwave, the oven. But guess what? Our bacon's done. Turn the burner off, and let's go ahead and plate our food. This was super simple to make, delicious, and very affordable, especially when the bacon is on sale, okay? So here's your plate. We got some sizzled bacon and fluffy eggs. And our next meal, I like to call it butter glazed beef and bacon, all on one plate. All right, so we got 3 pounds of ground beef. And I'm going to go ahead and be transparent, okay? My family told me they wanted some homemade chili that night. I said, okay, no problem, but you're not getting all this ground beef for yourself. So what I did was I cut the ground beef in half to the best of my ability. I'm going to place that side over there. I'm going to make the chili with the beans and all of the goodness that they love. And I'm going to make this my meal. So what you see here is I'm going to go ahead and flatten up the ground beef, and I cut it in 4 pieces. I don't really like thick burgers. I like them as thin as I can possibly make them. So you'll see me making and forming 3 burger patties. And then I realized, oh, that's good for me. I'll give them some more meat for their chili, okay? So here are the 3 burger patties that I'm gonna end up cooking. I have my pan preheating on medium heat. I'm gonna go ahead and add some butter, and you'll see that thing is hot, it's sizzling, it's ready to go. I realize, you know what, the butter is not all over the base of the pan, so I added a little bit more butter just to make sure it fully covered the base of the pan. And now I am adding the burger patties to the pan, okay? I like to cook my burger patties to start off 5 minutes aside. I'm adding some salt just to make sure that they are fully seasoned and they taste good. And the 5-minute timer went off. I'm making sure the butter and the juices are on the bottom of that pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. And I understand that, hamburger patties make their own juices, but I like to add that butter. It gives a good taste to it, okay? I'm adding salt now, letting it cook for that 5 minutes on that side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and flip it again. I know you're thinking we're doing a lot of flipping, but this won't be long. We're just flipping it for 3 minutes on each side, okay? So that's what I'm doing right here. I just flipped it, and it's cooking for the 3 minutes, and now we're gonna flip it for one last time. Look at those patties, fully cooked, nice and brown and sizzling, okay? And guess what? Our burger patties are complete, okay? You can turn the burner off. And now it's time to place our burger patties onto the plate. I like to add a little bit of butter on top for added fat and because it tastes good as well. And now while the butter is actually melting, I am preheating my air fryer at 390 degrees. And then I'm also gonna start prepping the bacon, okay? I have 4 pieces of bacon that I've cut in half, and now I'm placing them into the air fryer. Bacon cooks really quick in the air fryer as well, especially at 390 degrees, about 5 to 6 minutes. So right here, you'll see that I'm flipping the bacon, okay? And then voila, the bacon is complete. Look at that, sizzling, crispy bacon, okay? So now you'll see I'm just putting the bacon onto the dish, and then what I decided to do as well is add some more butter onto my beef patties just because it tastes good. And there you have it, butter glazed beef and bacon. All right, those are the meals for today. As always, I wanted to make sure to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.